positive side, I'm Courtney Courtwright. Thanks so much for joining us. April is the month of the military child, 30 days celebrating the children of service members, both domestic and abroad. It's a time to recognize the unique challenges these children face. On your side, Sarah Gray-Barr says she understands what they go through and proudly shares the story of one military-connected child.
I'm an Army brat. I know what it's like to pack up your whole life every couple of years and move to a new place. I felt that sadness when my dad left for deployment and that special joy upon his return. There are experiences you can only get if your parent is in the military, so I know all too well how middle schooler Christopher Whitfield felt today when his mom returned from a 10-month deployment. There are more than 1.6 million kids with parents in the military. That number comes from the Defense Department. West Craven Middle School 7th grader Christopher Whitfield is one of them. He hasn't seen his mom since June. On Friday, Christopher's mom, Army Sergeant Trinity Whitfield, worked with Craven County Schools to surprise Christopher on her return to the States. What do you think are going to be the first words out of your baby's mouth when they see you?
He's probably going to say, "Mama."
Christopher says he was surprised.
Oh my God, it's my mom. I knew she was coming home soon, but I didn't know which day.
Trinity says she knows this deployment has been hard on Christopher.
Being away. Yeah, Christmas was very hard because I wasn't able to like personalize gifts. I had to like order, and his father had to do everything that was personalized.
Trinity has been away before for missions, but never a deployment.
Being separated from their parents I know it has to be hard because it's hard for me being away from my babies.
That's where Craven County Schools say they step in.
As we know that this can be a difficult time away from their families, but we make sure that they understand, that they know that we are their family away from their family.
As for advice for other military kids,
Just wait, because they will come home eventually.
the month of April celebrates the military child and their lived experiences. It's important to tell stories like Christopher's to let them know that they're remembered and their sacrifices are valued. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to share this special reunion, and I hope to share stories like this one for years to come. In New Bern, Sarah Gray-Barr, 9 on your side.
D.H. Conley girls basketball coach William Knight is raising awareness to become an organ donor. Coach Knight received a life-saving kidney transplant back in 2012 after over 3 years of dialysis. Now he needs another kidney transplant, which has removed him from coaching.
I mean, organ donation is that gift of life. And I worked with a group after I got my kidney. We worked for about 3 years promoting organ donation. And every chance I get now, I still promote it.
Although he is off the sidelines, Knight says he will always be there for his players. For more information about this story, go to WNCT.com. Cape Hatteras Elementary School wanted to give a proper send-off to one of its favorite people, a UPS driver, on his last delivery on Tuesday. Drew Camp delivered packages to the school for many years. School receptionist Jenny Gray wanted to celebrate his retirement. At first, staff members were going to get him a gift card to Home Depot. But Gray says the celebration, well, as you can see right there, kind of took on a whole life of its own.
And then it just kind of grew from there. We thought it would be, fun to get the whole school involved because he, for years, has served the whole school.
Gray says Camp always served the community with a smile and even drove a neighborhood dog home a couple of times or so. We are less than 100 days from this summer's Olympic Games. After the break, meet one gymnast training to bring home gold. North Carolina has always been known for having great golf programs like Wake Forest, which dates back to the days of the great Arnold Palmer. That tradition continues. Earlier this week, Wake Forest won the ACC Team Championship and Rachel Keene won the individual title. As Kevin Conley tells us, this win is kind of a family thing.
Nothing like saving your best for last. Playing in her final ACC championship, graduate student Rachel Keene of Wake Forest came from behind on the back nine to claim the individual title. She had birdies on 3 of her final 4 holes to get to her 10 under par winning score.
This is obviously really special. I feel like I've been at Wake for a really long time, and I'd stay another year if I could, but they're kicking me out. So to kind of end, this is my last ACC championship, to end on a high note. It's just really special, and I think is a culmination of the work that I've put in. Rachel's mother, Brenda, was there walking every hole to encourage her daughter. She knows what Rachel was going through. You see, Brenda won the ACC championship 38 years ago when she was a student at Wake Forest. Watching her daughter win it all doesn't get much better than that.
Oh my gosh, no comparison. As a parent, you know, you want it for them. You want them to do well, and you want them to have these moments. And I know how special, you know, winning an ACC is, and I know how special it would be for her. My mom is my biggest cheerleader, my best friend, so to have her here cheering me on was really special. She suffers through every shot. She stresses just like I do, so I think she won an ACC championship when she was at Wake too, so I'm glad I could kind of catch up to her in that aspect. Rachel has 7 career tournament titles. She now ranks 3rd on Wake's all-time list, 1 spot higher than her mom. I think when I stepped on campus as a freshman, I never could have imagined that I'd be here. You know, I just kind of made it my goal to get a little bit better every day, and I've been really fortunate to have a great support system and people that have supported me along my journey. And ACC was much smaller back then, you know, not what it is now. And it's a really good feeling to win your conference and for your school. And so to see her do it now, you know, I used to tell her that, you know, some of us had an ACC championship and some of us did not. And so now I don't have anything to hold against her anymore. So the Keenes become the first mother-daughter duo to win ACC titles, forever linked in the ACC record books with a bond forged through common experiences, a love for one another, and a love for the game of golf.
And that was Kevin Conley reporting. One Olympian chasing gold this summer will be a Jacksonville resident. Hannah Roberts won silver at the 2021 Tokyo Games in the BMX freestyle. She is a native of Michigan, but has ties to Eastern North Carolina. She lives in Jacksonville. She trains in Wilmington. In 2012, at just 11 years old, she was here in Greenville, where she won the first event she ever entered. Fast forward to today, Hannah has her eyes set on a gold medal in Paris.
I was the only BMX freestyle list on Team USA to get a medal. So I should have been super happy, but I think that this time around, no matter what I get, I'll end up being happier because I'm more focused on the journey than the result, the outcome.
At just 22 years old, Roberts is a 5-time world champion in the Urban Cycling World Championships. It takes dedication and discipline to become an elite gymnast, and even then, only a select few become Olympians. 18-year-old Jocelyn Robertson is hoping to be part of the 2024 team in Paris, and she has a member of the 2012 Fierce 5 to support her. Alyssa Orange takes us inside a day of training and her relationship with Jordan Weber.
I have been getting up in the morning to go to practice probably since I was like 9 or 10. I don't think you can ever get used to getting up this early.
It's the start to a typical morning for elite gymnast Jocelyn Robertson.
We are going from 7 a.m. to 5:30. We do get a break in there.
The daily routine all tailored towards one goal, the Olympic Games in Paris.
I just fell in love with watching it on TV, and I wanted to be those girls one day. Winter Cup started, and then I feel like it was just like a ball that started rolling, and I just got better and better and better, and I ended up making worlds, and I was like, wow, like I really did that. Arkansas really wasn't on the plate when I was thinking about college. I was like, no. But I was like, but I want to talk to Jordan, so I'm gonna call her.
I cannot believe I'm talking to you. Like, you've been my favorite gymnast since I was 3. I just remember watching you on TV, and I was like, I have to be her one day.
the head coach of Razorback Gymnastics, Jordan Weber.
A member of the Fierce Five at the 2012 Olympics, Jordan Weber's path has kept her around the sport she loves.
I think coaching really fills that gap of missing gymnastics and competing. The first couple years after I retired, it was really hard for me to be at a meet and not be out there performing.
We're gonna get into 2 groups. One group on bars, one group on beam.
Brings back memories, yeah.
For sure, yeah. I haven't pulled these ones out in a while. She's very team-oriented. That is the way her brain works. I've texted her a few times when she's been, overseas competing internationally, and she will always say, team is my first priority.
5 girls in the whole world make the USA World's team, I was soaking up every aspect that I could. Hello.
During the World Championships in 2023, Robertson injured her foot while warming up on the vault.
I land short and I was like, yeah, that's not fine.
How are we feeling today?
Pretty good. Yeah. Having that realization that you physically cannot do that, it makes me emotional now. Just because I've wanted it so bad.
Battling through an injury is just as much mental as it is physical, a journey she is navigating day by day.
I know that any Olympic journey, team or not, is a really difficult one, and I'll be proud of her no matter what.
Just to be there and say that I made it, and that little girl was right when she said she was going to be there, when she said she was going to make it.
Lots of time and dedication, and that was Alyssa Orange reporting. Next, spring has sprung. A trip to the Arboretum in Pitt County to learn about a plant sale that gives back. Spring is here in eastern North Carolina, and there's a place in Pitt County that plants the seeds of not only education, but also resources.
Our mission is to share education and resources with the public in the areas of agriculture, food, and youth development. And sometimes that means we're out teaching a class, sometimes that means we're planning, sometimes that means we're fielding questions via the phone or email. It's very rewarding what we do because we get to educate people and share information, and our Master Gardeners hold demonstrations and workshops here periodically on things like container gardening, pallet gardening, and topics of interest.
I started the program in 2006, and it just was to learn about taking care of plants. I had never really gardened much before, and it was a great way to meet people. And then in turn, we go out and we teach everyone else that wants to know about plants. We maintain the Arboretum out here also, which has, I think it's about 13 different gardens.
If you're interested in becoming a Master Gardener, we do a yearly training class. So we'll have a class starting in September. It's about a 12-week class. We meet once a week and talk about all the different gardening topics and give the students information to be better gardeners themselves. And then the way the program works is they take what they've learned in class and share that with others in the community through their volunteer projects.
Getting other people excited about it, learning about plants, it's just a good hobby. It's fun to share what you know. Our plant sale's coming up. It's May 18th. Start at 9 a.m. and that's for if you're a friend of the Arboretum. You can come and shop early from 9 to 10 and 10 to noon. Everyone can come out and shop. We have everything from perennial plants, vegetables, trees, shrubs, roses, herbs, ground covers, house plants, fruits. So just a little bit of everything. A lot of the plants we harvest here divide out from ones that are growing at the Arboretum, but also all the Master Gardeners look into their gardens and divide things from their gardens or grow it from seed. It's an opportunity for the public to come out. You're going to have 60 to 70 Master Gardener volunteers and our director, so that you can ask all the gardening questions you want. Every plant is going to have a sign, and we have them all in categories, so you're going to know if it's a shrub or a tree or a fruit, and they're all divided off into sections. That's kind of our goal, is to get the public aware of what we do out here, aware of the Arboretum and what it has to offer, and to give them some good plants that, we try to get things that are easy to grow.
To learn more about cooperative extension, we have our extension website, which is pitt.ces.ncsu.edu. We also have our Pitt County Arboretum website, which is www.pittcountyarboretum.com.
And if you're into art or design and live in Pitt County, this might be the story for you, and it deals with the Arboretum. The Pitt County Arboretum is having a logo design contest. The logo they have now is more than 20 years old, and they're looking to update it with something new and fresh.
Gardens are not static, they change over time. So plants grow, they come and go. I think they're more interesting when it's dynamic and fluid and changing. So coming up with a new logo is just part of that change and evolving in that process.
Submissions must be in by May 15th. The winner gets $500. Voting for that winner will start May 18th, and a winner will be announced during National Garden Week. That is going to be here before we know it, June 2nd to the 8th. For more information about the rules and where to submit your entries, just head over to our website, WNCT.com. Calling all Andy Griffith Show fans next. Meet Mayberry's unofficial photographer. One man gives the world a glimpse of Mount Airy through the lens of his camera. Chad Tucker stopped by to sit a spell with Mayberry's photographer.
So when we moved here, this is like big city to me.
Robbie Curley isn't from Mount Airy, but he got here as fast as he could.
They just love the small town atmosphere. It's not a place you want to come to stagnate. You know, it's very dynamic.
He and his wife retired here from South Carolina a few years ago, and he's already making his mark.
The Arts Council was establishing their website. I volunteered to take a few photos and submit them, and it got me interested. I said, wow, you know, there's always something going on here.
His love of photography has him capturing all the angles and all the seasons of the town that inspired TV's Mayberry.
But it's actually a very alive town.
It's happening. As Barney used to say, it's always big. It's
real big.
Real big.
And what's captured so many people's attention is his big heart. He gives it all away.
And it's such a gift that you're giving, just sharing it.
It's a two-way street. I mean, the opportunity to do that for me is them giving back to me.
Almost every event, festival, or show, to the day-to-day faces that pay a visit here, Robbie is there for it.
I try to.
Camera in hand.
It can be a challenge sometimes.
It's earned him the unofficial title of Mayberry's photographer.
They'll be in a hurry and you have to really be careful. But
you can find his images on social media and used by local tourism and downtown groups, all gifted to help promote this place he loves.
And then these additional murals that we've had in the last few years.
And teaching us, we all have talents to share too.
Just to do what you can and enjoy doing it.
And all make our little corner of the world a better place. Yeah.
Absolutely.
In Mount Airy, looking for Roy's folks.
One thing, it's just given me the opportunity to meet and see a lot of nice people every day.
Chad Tucker, Fox 8 News.
You really just can't ask for more than that. There's always an event.
Just a picture-perfect story. Thanks so much for joining us for 9 on the Positive Side this weekend. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you next time.